Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Kaylin and I just wanted to talk about the fact that I have now finished my no-buy month. It is now, I've been out of it for 3 days. That's really weird. Is that right? And I just was kind of asking myself, like, what do I want to do now? Because I knew before I started it that I wanted it to kind of be like a trial period to see how I would get on with a no-buy year. I think before I started it, I had no idea how I would react to the entire thing. So I was like thinking it would be like a good way of testing it out before committing to an entire year. And I was surprised actually, like once I made rules for myself and I made it into an official challenge and kind of kept myself motivated through doing YouTube videos about it, it was much easier to stick with it than I had thought it would be. Because even though I am like a frugal person in lots of ways, I feel the pull to shop for certain things. What are you barking about? I have a little friend with me. Say hello. What was I even talking about? My daughter came in and it kind of threw me. Creating rules and setting kind of like these boundaries around what I could and couldn't do made it so much easier to, it just got rid of the decision fatigue. I didn't have to question it. It was just a blanket no. So yeah, in the last couple of days, even though I have now finished my no-buy, I feel like I've kind of slipped up just by not having those rules in place for myself anymore. Like, not that I have done anything that is really like a massive impulse buy or hugely materialistic. I know that it's over and those rules don't exist. I feel like I'm open to the possibility of buying things when we're out, and I am not actively avoiding things that would have been like triggers for me, and I think it has just made me feel like I want to get back on the no-buy as soon as possible. My daughter thinks I should wait till January to start my no-buy year because it's the beginning of a new year, and she thinks that that is like logical, which it is, and she probably also wants to have a couple of months of treats where I'm not saying, oh, I'm not allowed to buy this, I'm not allowed to buy that. Because I kind of know myself and the pressure I might feel by starting in a new year, and also I find January to be a little bit depressing in general. So I don't know if it's a good idea to start the month with that, because it'll feel like Christmas happens and then everything gets kind of bleak, even though the no-buy challenge to me was like a positive thing. I just think having it kind of hanging over me as this big plan might make the new year seem really difficult. I'm kind of tempted to pick back up where I left off now. Sorry, my daughter's like in and out. When they're playing with their friends in the street, it's like hi bye, hi bye, hi bye, hi bye, and it kind of makes me want to lock the door. She's in again. Okay, anyway, so on, was it Friday? Was that the 1st of November? My brain's not even working anymore. I'm trying to think what we even did, because the girls were off school. So I know we went somewhere. Where did we go? Okay, that's totally gone from my mind. So yeah, I'll start with yesterday, since I don't appear to be able to remember like what we did on Friday. Like, it's only 2 days ago. Why can I not remember? I know I made pizzas and we had like a movie night and watched Uncle Buck, which I love, and my kids love it too, but I don't think my boyfriend fully appreciated it, and I don't know if it's one of those movies you have to have seen as a kid to love it, like, because we always watched it with my granny and I have really kind of fond memories attached to it, but I also just love John Candy and find it really funny. But yeah, it was kind of nice to have like a family movie night, because we haven't done that in a while. So that was like a low cost or no cost activity. My kids had their Halloween sweets, so they had those. And yeah, then on Saturday we went to a National Trust property, and they're doing a thing at the moment for dogs where they have like a pooch passport, and if you get it stamped in different National Trust properties, they get like a bag of treats, and then if you continue till you have, it's like 4 to get treats, and then if you get 8 you get like a little snood for your dog. But because they're quite spread out over Northern Ireland, I don't know if we'll manage to get 8, but that was our 4th one, so he was happy with his treats. And that was like a low cost activity in a way, because we have membership, so it's free for us to go there, although I did think about the cost of petrol in getting there because it's like a 50-minute drive there and back. I was basically falling asleep at the wheel on the way back, which wasn't great because I've had this cold and I've just been feeling really tired and kind of run down. I think it's also the time of year. But so we did that, but then it was a very, very muddy, wet day. And we did the Halloween trail, which is also free and included, and it was really good because it was interactive, so it kept the kids engaged. And then we went around the sunken garden there and we had our lunch in the car because I'd brought a picnic with us and we brought water with us. So in those ways, like, we were really good with not spending money. And then I went to the bookshop to have a look around and didn't buy anything. The girls didn't buy any, well, they didn't get me to buy anything. So then before we left, we went to the cafe and I got a hot chocolate and I got the girls an ice cream each. And I know that's not like really extravagant, but I still felt like when I was drinking it, I kept thinking to myself, I could have made this at home. And I know at the time we were quite far away from home, and like, I guess it was like a treat at the end of my no-buy as well, but I don't know, I just felt guilty about it because I thought, like, we have ice creams in the freezer, there's hot chocolate at home, I probably could make a hot chocolate that's nicer than this, and it just felt like a bit of a waste. And sometimes I feel like I should be better prepared in that if we're staying somewhere for longer, I should bring a picnic plus snacks for later and drinks. And I would quite often bring like tea in a flask or coffee for myself, but there just was a lot to carry. And I had lunch packed and I had all of our water bottles packed, and then I had the dog's water bottle, and it all just gets like a lot to remember, and because we were walking a lot, it would have been a lot to carry. But I think I just need to maybe like leave more time in the morning before we're going to somewhere like that to plan it all out and bring something for every part of the day. I think part of it too is because it was kind of a miserable day, I just wanted to take refuge like in the cafe because it looked kind of warm and inviting, and we were so muddy by that stage. Like, my dog got covered in mud, and then when we got in the car to have our picnic, he was like rolling around on me in mud. The steering wheel got covered in mud, like everything was covered in mud, and I just wanted to sit somewhere dry and warm. So I don't know if that, I know I'm not on the no buy, but I still feel like I'm in that mindset of I'm not allowed to buy this. And actually I'm finding that it's quite hard to change that mindset and relax a bit, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because what are you barking at? Because I do plan to do the no buy year, and it's good to start off in that frame of mind rather than a spending one. But where I feel like I kind of fell down more today was my mum and I had planned to go to this market that we go to together. It's on about once every month or two, and it's all like handmade things, and basically it is my real weakness because when I walk in I just see like a million things I want to buy, and that doesn't really happen to me in shops. It's more like places where I see people's arts and crafts and things that are practical, but they're like a bit different than the things you would buy in a typical shop. And I like supporting like artists and like independent sellers, and it just draws me in, and it's free entry into the market, which makes me think, oh, that's great value for a day out, but actually it depends how much you spend when you're there. And I had gone there with the intention of buying lots of Christmas presents because I want to get more Christmas presents this year from like sellers like locally, rather than all just ordering in bulk like stuff online. There's too many interruptions between children and dogs to keep up with my like train of thought, and they were actually hanging around with their friend outside the window laughing at me while I'm making a video, which is kind of off-putting. My daughter got this little egg today. It's a crocheted egg. I thought it was really cute. Actually, I bought it for her because my mom gave her some money to spend on herself, and she got me this little rock with love you and a little heart on it, and I thought that was really kind of her, so I wanted to get her something so that all of her money wasn't used up on that. So I got a lot of Christmas presents at it, which was my intention, and there's no way to avoid that. I'm gonna have to buy Christmas presents for people, like, and I'd rather get things that are thought out and kind of thoughtful and personal than just like rubbish from like a chain store, that was what I was talking about. I did get lots of things from it that I thought would be really good for that, and because my partner is working this weekend, I wanted to treat him, so I got him like a little chocolatey pistachio tart thing from the bakery there, and some like chocolate because he loves Halloween. So they had like this little like pumpkin lolly and Happy Halloween chocolate buttons with like sprinkles on them. But then I know I could make some of this stuff myself. Okay, maybe not the pumpkin, but the chocolate buttons. But I just wanted to get him a little like, I'm thinking of you and sorry you can't come with us present. And to cheer him up after work, because I know he's feeling a bit worn out and he didn't get any time off really over Halloween and he probably feels a bit left out. While I was there for myself, I got 2 things. Yeah. And for me, at a market, that's actually quite restrained, but at the same time, I did spend a lot of money in total because of all the presents I got, and one of the things I got was this patch, which I'm going to attach to. I haven't decided if I'm going to put it on a coat or a dress. I might put it on the front of a dress, like here, or I might put it on the back of my coat. It just says how rare and beautiful it is to even exist, and I just thought that was really nice, and it wasn't expensive, but it was from a lady who does like lino printing or something. And then I got sucked in by the, like, I don't know if this is knitted stall, and got, this is a book sleeve, and at first I really was drawn to it, and then I thought, no, I can't get that, it's just an impulse buy and I don't need it, and it was like £15, but I decided to get it as kind of like a reward for myself of you made it through the no buy month. And also I read all the time and I get books from the library all the time, and I find that because I put it in my bag and bring it with me, because everything goes in that bag including all the kids stuff and mess, it tends to get books dirty. So I thought I could put whatever book I'm reading in that sleeve and it would kind of protect it when I'm out, because I do spend a lot of time waiting while my kids are at activities and like sitting around in the car reading. So I do like to bring a book with me when I'm out, and I will hopefully use it a lot, but part of me was like, I really shouldn't have done that. And then I think I just feel a bit guilty now because I was so disciplined with my no buy overall, and now I feel like I've just kind of like loosened all of the rules around it. It feels unnatural now to me to like just go out and throw money around me. I'm not doing it with like huge amounts of money or whatever, and it's only one day, but it feels strange, like it feels like I'm not allowed anymore. And I've realised I like the feeling of checking my bank balance and being pleasantly surprised rather than kind of shocked and worried. And in the last month and at the end of that month, even though I did make a purchase that was my kids' bikes for Christmas, and that is like a big purchase, it didn't affect my finances really, because I had the extra money because I wasn't spending it on other things. And I liked the kind of security of like checking my bank balance and being like, wow, like I didn't realize I hadn't spent anything. It's like a nice feeling to go through your list of transactions from the week and to just find like 4 things, and they're like petrol, food, dog food, like something else you need, and I just kind of want to keep going with it. It's made me feel motivated to just go back to what I was doing, and I've really enjoyed sharing like my experience of it on YouTube with all of you and hearing all of your tips and like ideas and just like support for the whole thing. And yeah, I wanted to make use of this because even though I might not always have cash on me, I think it's useful to have some in it, because for example, when the window cleaner comes, I always need cash and I never have any, so I need to start doing that. But also there's a section at the front where you can write in your like budget, and I want to use that more and think things through and reassess any subscriptions and monthly payments we have. I'm going to kind of catalogue the Christmas presents that I have bought so far, because I don't want to do that thing where I plan ahead, buy stuff in advance and then forget that I even have it or where I've put it, or I am out and I think, oh, I better get a present for whoever, and then it turns out I've already got a present for them at home. And at the moment I've put all the presents I got today into a cardboard box in the cupboard from hell. I think if you saw my decluttering video, you know the cupboard I'm talking about. And I just want to keep them all together, because when I tuck them away here and there all over the house, like, it's hard to keep track of what you've already got. And there have been times where I have thought I was so well prepared, but after Christmas it's like I find a random present somewhere that was meant for someone and I didn't even know that I still had it, or I'd forgotten that I even bought it in the first place. So I want to do that and just like be more intentional about everything and plan things out better. And I want to get more organised in the house when the girls are back to school. It's kind of like a losing battle trying to keep the place clean when they're off school, because the mess they produce is just crazy and I don't even know where it all comes from. But I could spend all day cleaning and it would look exactly the same at the end of the day, if not worse. And I want to use the chance that I have when they're at school to get more organised and clear some space, because I definitely think that being organised at home helps me save, because I'm not put off my environment to the point where I want to escape it all the time, and I know what I already have, so I don't buy doubles of things, and it just helps it makes your brain feel less overloaded, I think. So I feel like I have kind of slipped into being a bit messy again while they've been off school, but I want to correct that and kind of keep going with my decluttering. And yeah, just feel free to share any thoughts you have on the entire thing, what you think about starting a no-buy. Do you think it's better to start a no-buy year at the end of the year or the beginning of the year, or do you think it doesn't matter? And is anyone else thinking of trying one? And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.